Aloha everyone, this is my final exam video for speech 151. I expect it to be more comfortable talking in groups of people and in front of others and having more confidence in my personality and stage presence while standing up at the podium. One thing that I took away from this class is the nonverbal communication that is called body movement. And being able to have good body movement shows that I'm confident and that I'm able to portray that. For example, eye contact, my body language, moving around, fiddling with my thumbs, or leaning on something is all bad body movement. And it shows that I don't really know what I'm talking about, or that I'm not comfortable talking about it up on the stage. Another thing that was important was my voice, and that I have to project my voice so that everyone can hear it. Otherwise, a lot of people won't take me seriously, or people tend to mishear things and they won't really understand what I'm trying to convey in my message, or they would completely discard what my entire presentation was about, or that they will never remember what I had said. I believe that my strongest presentation would be my second presentation, which was the informative one, because it's something that I was passionate about. And since I was able to really get into it and explain and throw out some facts that I found online and a lot of things that I've been hearing throughout the years, it was easy for me to really talk about it and to really be up there and explain to the class about something that I was passionate about. And I believe that I was able to really convey that because it wasn't at all hard. I think that the passion within it and the facts that I was using to back myself up were pretty strong, and that my peers were able to see that through my presentation. So from our interview speech, was the first speech we did, I used logical reasoning, and I believe that it made more sense to go in order of relevance to the topic before it, so that it would float like a movie. And what I mean by that is when I brought up one point of the interview, I made sure the next one to follow it had something to do with what I previously had said. So if I was talking about the person I had interviewed and what their job title is, my next step would to be why I chose that topic, and to tie it together to one another and have it completely come into a circle, so that I'm able to really connect everything, and so that my peers would be able to see that everything comes into a full circle. In my informative speech, I used the explaining technique, which made me seem more serious. It was able to bring out my passion in the topic by telling my audience why I was so into my topic and the reasoning behind it. I think the explaining method was good for my informative speech because I was able to state facts and show pictures and explain the pictures and explain why I chose those facts and explain why I was so passionate about it. And it made the whole process a lot easier to comprehend, and it was easier to maneuver in my speech because it was a way for me to really convey my true feelings about it. I believe my speaking skills have developed quite a lot because I can see the transition between all three of our speeches in class, because my posture and my stage presence and the way I stand up there has changed through all three. And you could tell in my voice projection that I was a lot more confident. I wasn't scared to talk. I wasn't feeling shortness of breath and that anxiety while being up there, and that my body language has changed a lot. I noticed that in my first video, and the very first day I was like very up against the podium and trying to hide behind it, but I found comfort in speaking and being able to step out of that comfort zone and putting myself out there and really showing people that I was confident, that I wasn't scared, that I wasn't trying to hide behind the podium, and that I was able to control the factors of me being anxious and me being scared, which is something I never thought I could ever control. I think that everyone thought that the topics I chose really fit me and that my passion about it was something that was good for this class, because if I wasn't passionate about the topics I chose, or if I wasn't into the research or the things that I found out about it, then the speeches wouldn't have been the way they were, and I was able to talk about something that I wanted to talk and something that was best fit for me. And I think that was something that everyone could see, because the feedback I was getting was that they could see the passion in my presentation and the passion that I was showing throughout the semester. Something I think I could have done better in my presentations was my eye contact. From the very beginning, I noticed that I would focus too much in one area, or I'd focus too much on my person, and that wasn't really good, because then a lot of people felt maybe left out, or they weren't paying attention, as opposed to me actually scanning the room and making eye contact with everybody, that it was a much more personal interaction that way. And I hope that one day I will be working in the hotel and airlines, and I can use these skills that I learned from Speech 151 to get me through interview processes where I'm talking to maybe a panel of people, or even a one-on-one interview with someone, so that I can get through it and show them my confidence in my body language and in my voice, and showing them the facts and being able to speak about it, and being able to stand there in front of an audience and pitch something to a company, or to pitch something to my bigger bosses, so that I can get a promotion in the future. And it's really important to understand these things, because not a lot of people know that speech is one of the main things that you have to do, because you have to speak in your lifetime, whether it be with a friend or to a boss or even to a stranger. It's something that we can't avoid, and being able to know how to speak and to know how to communicate with others is something very important, so that you know how to interact with certain types of people, certain types of groups, and what type to use in a certain situation. And that's something I think I will be able to carry on into my life, and hopefully throughout my entire future. Thank you.